Greetings, law-abiding citizens of the United Empire of Earth. Welcome to the Citizen Inquisitor. I am Citizen Dale, and I'll be your guide in an attempt to navigate Star Citizen in the UEE. Whether you just purchased your first Aurora, or you've got a slew of rare ships chomping at the bit to get out of your hangar, there's a lot to learn about how your ships work. Today we're looking at propulsion through space. Your ship's gotta move, and in space your primary source of, quote, drag is mass. How big is your ship and how much stuff is it carrying? The more total mass, the more energy you need to move it. So where does this energy come from? Well, 900 years in the future, we should only see the climate-destroying use of fossil fuels in history books. Your ship will have what's called a power plant that will most likely be powered by a nuclear or antimatter source. That begs a question regarding fuel for the power plant, but we'll talk about that in another video. The energy generated by your power plant is then used to power your entire ship, and specifically what we're interested in are your thrusters. Now, each thruster has what's called a thrust rating, which is abbreviated TR, followed by a number. This number represents the amount of thrust produced by that particular thruster. The weakest thruster has a TR1 rating, and the number value goes up from there. You'll see thrusters that are TR6s and TR8s or even higher. So more often than not, a higher mass ship will have thrusters with a higher thrust rating. A lower mass ship won't need as much power to accelerate just as quickly. Now, groups of thrusters on your ship will have very different functions. The first function a thruster could provide is that of vectored movement, that is, movement in a particular direction. Your primary thrusters are your most powerful thrusters and are typically used to propel your ship forward. They're your gas pedal or your throttle. In a small ship like the Aurora, the one primary thruster is rated a TR3. A large ship like the Constellation actually has 4 primary thrusters, which are all TR6s. The second function of a thruster is to maneuver your ship, and oddly enough we call these maneuvering thrusters. Now we're talking about your steering wheel or your flight stick. In space you have freedom of movement in every direction. Your ship uses lower rated thrusters placed in strategic places to make these maneuvers. Now, some of these maneuvering thrusters are fixed and only fire in one direction. Others can swivel to point in different directions depending on what you require at the time. You're going to have a bunch of maneuvering thrusters. They need to be all over your ship's hull to fire on and off as you're turning to get your ship pointed where you want it. Each maneuvering thruster doesn't require the same amount of power that a primary thruster does. When you're looking at your ship's specs, the maneuvering thrusters will have lower TR values, but there will be a lot of them. In an Aurora, for example, there are 6 TR1s, while in the Constellation there are 8 TR3s. Moving into the future, there may be differences between thrusters with the same rating, based on who manufactured them or what parts were used to make them. There will also be modifications you'll be able to make to all your ship's components. Now, that's it for now, citizens. I hope this video wasn't a complete waste of your time. Please subscribe in case I do decide to post some more videos. Citizen Dale out.